I think at one point I just like really upset with myself, and then like I think I just had like a good support system. Like I realized like who was like really there for me, and then like that was really helpful.
Maybe like Hong Dongping or like Cho Tian
Nice.
Chen. I like them too a lot.
I see. I see.
Allison is actually best friends with Cho Tian Chen's physio.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the TLZ podcast. Before we get started today, make sure you hit that like button and the subscribe button down below. All right, now let's get into the podcast. Joining us today, they just came back from the 2022 World Championships. We got Allison Lee and her doubles partner, Frankie Corbett. Welcome to the podcast, guys.
Hello.
All right. Did you guys have fun at the World Championships this year?
Yeah,
Yep.
it was a really good experience.
Yeah, I mean, I watched the game this morning between I think it was Cho Tian Chung and Jonathan Christie. Did you guys hear about it? It was a crazy match.
Yeah.
It's all over social media. Like Cho Tian Chung came back, by the way, if you didn't watch the match, he came back from like 2013, I think. Forgot the exact score. Or like it was really like a really big point difference. But anyway, it was a crazy match. Welcome back to the Bay, guys. Anyway, we're gonna get into it. When and why did you guys start playing together?
We started playing together when we were like 7 years old, and I think it was just that like Alice like I think my coach saw like Allison and like Coach Ben like playing one time at Affinity, or like which was like my old club, and then like we were like the same age, so we just decided to like try one tournament together, and then we just kind of like stuck to it.
I see. Wow. That was when was that, Allison?
In like 2013. Yeah, I
Nice.
think it was definitely my first partnership, but I don't know about Frank. Yeah.
Mine too, first.
Yeah. You guys were really young, right? How old
Yeah.
were you guys? That was like
Like 7. It's
Yeah,
been like
so-
10 years. Like
Yeah.
this year's our 10th year.
dang, decade long partnership.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
And obviously you guys are right now, part of Synergy's Team Samurai. And I'm really interested about this group because it's like a new thing, right? No other club has this kind of, I guess, group where everybody trains professionally. What is the goal for Team Samurai, and what is Team Samurai?
I think Team Samurai just has aspirations to play like international tournaments and also medal in them. So just, I guess, going out and getting the experience and trying to do well in them.
I think like the US like in history like tends to be more like, or US players like they kind of like follow their own path, but like Samurai is kind of like we're working together so that we can all like have the same, like we all have the same goal.
I see. This wasn't in the questions that I gave you guys, but this question just came up in my mind. You know how other countries like China or like Japan or Malaysia, they have their own like national team, right? And we have our national team. It's just a bunch of guys put together, and you send them out to play. I have always thought about this. Like, do you think the US can develop something like a national team where great players, when they reach a certain level, they all train together at one place with different different coaches from different clubs coming together in this one national team to coach the players? Do you think that will ever happen in the US?
I think it's definitely possible in the future. But right now, it's pretty hard because everyone just wants to focus on school, or they just go on different paths, and there's not really a system. So,
And there's also like a lack of funding, so like no one really like wants to start it either.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think the funding is the biggest problem, right? With school, you can always kind of manage it a little, jump around, but with funding, is really tough, especially in the US, where the government, because like in China, government pays for everything, But there's pros and cons to that kind of stuff. But I totally agree with what you guys said. You guys, made history as the youngest players to ever win adult nationals in 2019. How did you guys feel like going into that tournament?
To be honest, like we didn't really even think about like winning. Like I think like Coach Ben just wanted us to like go try it because like there were no other tournaments at the time, and we just wanted to like see our level like compared to like the rest of like the players. And then so like we really had like no expectations at all. Just wanted to like have fun and try our best.
I see. Is that the same for you, Allison?
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. Like, I think we just wanted to go out there and gain as much experience as we could, because these players were a lot older than us. So
I see. Yeah. And I'm really interested to know about this too, because Frankie mentioned how Coach Ben pushed you guys to play that tournament, right? And obviously, Coach Ben is an Olympian himself. And I was wondering, for your like professional badminton career, is like, do you guys do some of it for Coach Ben's aspirations for you guys to be like an Olympian like him in the future, or is it like mostly coming from yourself where you guys are like, I want to be Olympian? Like for Allison, maybe it's like, I want to be an Olympian like my dad, or Frankie's like, I want to be Olympian, just to be an Olympian, which is pretty cool, right? I just want to hear like your side on that.
For me, my parents never really pushed me to pick badminton. Like they let me choose different sports. So, but I just picked badminton on my own because it was so fun. And for the Olympic thing, I think it's just me. Like it's also cool that my dad went, but I think I want to go like for myself and also for my family. But
I see. How about you, Frankie?
Yeah, I mean, like even before I started playing with Allison, like I didn't really like think about like coming this far, but I still like I want to be an Olympian like for myself. Like I think like it's all like 100% me. I don't think anyone like, even if someone like said something, I don't think it would affect me.
I see. Perfect. Now jumping back into the adult nationals that you guys won, what was your mindset going into the finals, like against Esther and Nicole?
it's kind of like the same, like going into the tournament, just like no expectations and just doing our best because we're already there. So why not just give it our all?
Mm-hmm. How about you, Frankie?
We actually lost to Nicole and Esther like in the group stage first. Like there was pool play and then it went into like elimination, and like we lost to them, I think, in pool play. And then so like when we got to finals, like we were like, oh, this is like our chance for redemption, and like we were able to like come through. So that was good.
I see. Did you guys like go into the night before the finals matches? Were you guys thinking like, we actually have a chance to win this? Right. Yeah. I mean, I can't imagine, making history like that. Right. And it must have meant a lot. And why did you guys decide to go pro?
I think right now we don't really consider ourselves pro because we're still like students and like focusing on school. I think right now we're just doing the best we can, like just going out, getting experience.
I see. And obviously, talking about school, right? How much training do you guys like do per day?
Like typically like 3 hours for like 5 to 6 days, but during the school year it tends to be like 5 days.
I see. And like in these like training, is it like the samurai, like team samurai training, or like you guys still part of like Elite One for synergy training?
It's a mixture, yeah. We're like training with them.
I see. And who coaches Team Samurai again?
Naoko Fukuman from
see.
Japan.
I see. What do you like about her, like individually? What do you guys like about her coaching techniques?
She's like really good at like pushing players. I think like she always like she knows like when to push people, and then like she also tries to like include some like fun aspects of training. Like if we'll have like a really hard like physically tiring day, she'll like include like a fun game, like we'll play like volleyball, or like we'll do like a team match sometimes.
Nice. How about you, Allison?
Yeah, so she came from the Japan national team, so she has like a ton of experience with that. So she I think, grabs some of the drills and some of the things they do and brings it to us. But I also do enjoy like the fun aspects of the training, like playing with our left hands or like just fun games.
I see. I mean, you always need some sort of aspect where it's like enjoyable instead of just
Yeah.
constantly working on one thing. I think that's really important. In 2019, you guys played your first international challenge in Brazil. What was that experience like for you guys?
Sorry, we didn't really realize it was an international challenge. Like we just like I don't know, like Bree and Vincent went, and then so like we also decided like, oh, it would be a good experience to like play like an adult tournament, but we didn't realize like the level of it. Like we just thought it was like another like Pan Am tournament. And then like looking back on it, like we actually played like pretty well. Like I was only 13, and I think like I played pretty well, especially since it was like our very first international tournament.
I see. How about you, Allison?
Yeah, same for me. I didn't really understand like what an international challenge was. I just thought it was like another Pan Am tournament. So playing, it was a good experience too because actually, do you know like Ranky Reddy and Chirag Shetty?
No, I've never heard of them.
The men's doubles like number one from India.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, they were actually there. So it was crazy.
Oh, okay.
And it was like cool to see like really top like high level play.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, the Brazil challenge, like, I think it's a really good introduction, because it's still in the Pan Am region, right? And you still see familiar faces a little bit. So it's like a good way to ease yourself in for your first like tournament like that. So that's really good. And from your first tournament on the big stage though was this year's Uber Cup, right? And congrats to the girls team again. They actually made the team. What was memorable about that experience for you guys?
Oh, okay. For me, I think the most memorable experience was being like a part of a team um, where like everyone is so young and we are all kind of close to each other. So it like we worked out pretty well. And I was just pretty honored to be a part of the team because it's been so, or like, I don't think USA goes a lot. So.
Yeah. How about you, Frankie?
Yeah, same for me. Like I think like the girls this year had like a really good bond, and like we were all close, and like we also like pushed each other on the team, and it was like a great experience to be able to like share that share the experience of being like playing with so many professional players with like that group of people.
Nice. You guys also played in the 2022 Malaysian Open this year as well, which is a major tournament, right? How did you guys feel playing that tournament?
Malaysia, I think the best part about it was like the atmosphere because it was so loud. Like sometimes you couldn't even like talk to your own partner because you can't hear anything from all the cheering. But I think we also played fairly well without any like coaching because we played like 3 games with the doubles 2 or 3 of Indonesia. But I think the atmosphere was like one of the biggest things for me.
I see. How about you, Frankie?
Yeah, like the atmosphere was definitely like a whole nother experience. Like even compared to Uber Cup, which is like another big tournament, like this one was like crazy. Like you wouldn't even imagine it. And then I also think like just playing like that level of tournament was a really good experience because like we actually played like Allison mentioned, we played 3 games with like an Indonesian pair, and I think like that, and we didn't really have a coach, so I think like that showed us that like we're going in like the right direction.
Right. And I mean, like, I think it really shows how like different countries have different fans. Like like places like Malaysia or Indonesia. Like I heard Indonesian fans are crazy. Like they really go crazy. And yeah, just certain places just have different atmospheres. And I find it really fun to play in like loud arenas, and like I just think it's more fun. What would you guys say is the biggest takeaway you guys got, after playing these major tournaments around the world?
The biggest
Um,
takeaway for me, I think, was like learning to play on my own or on our own. And like all the tournaments throughout the summer, we competed without a coach. So it was a very tough learning experience, but we were able to take something away from that.
I think like we also spent like a lot of time around like the top players, and we were able to like learn like a lot of like how or like what they do to like get to like where they are. So like we could learn like some of their routines or like what they do at tournaments to like help ourselves develop like our own routine to help us.
I see. And you guys, mentioned a couple of times that you guys don't have a coach in these tournaments. Like how why doesn't like maybe like let's say Coach Ben come along and coach you guys, or like you're the coach from Japan come and coach you guys, like stuff like that.
Our tournaments were pretty scattered with like the rest of Samurai. So it was hard to like send a coach. And I
Oh,
think everyone had a different schedule. So it's better if like we all go at one tournament at once, like World Championships.
I see. I see. That's cool. All right. And I also agree with Frankie, saying that learning from these players and just getting to know them and talking to them and seeing how their day of training might be like just puts everything into perspective, for what kind of work you guys need to put in as well. Right. And this is like really cool for me because I can relate for this next question. But being the daughter of like the head coach and the owner for Allison, it's easy for many people to assume that there's favoritism during training, right? Do you think that there is favoritism?
So my parents aren't really involved in like the day-to-day training. So they trust the coaches like to do their job, like their jobs and like not to micromanage them. So I think this question like might be better for like my teammates. So like see what they think, but I don't know. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like if Coach Ben isn't like hands on, right? But like I'm saying, like if like the assistant coaches, right? Obviously, they're working for Coach Ben,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like maybe they would like some parents would say, um, the coaches are favoriting, Allison because she's the daughter, right? And they're helping her more, talking to her more, whatever it may be. Like, do you ever hear that or like feel that coming from people?
I don't, yeah, no one really said it to my face, but yeah, I really don't know.
Uh-huh.
I don't feel it. So
I see. How about you, Frankie?
Um, like the favoritism or like
Yeah, the favoritism. Like, do you feel like you ever hear this kind of stuff going around, or like you feel like I don't know that it circles around in the air?
yeah, I mean like I think like people always want to try to find something to talk about, but I mean I haven't like no one said it to my face directly either. So like I think the important thing is just that like Alice and I just focus like on ourselves and that like we have no pressure um like what other people think, and then like we've just developed like a good relationship like no matter what.
Nice, nice. And this one's for Frankie. Did you ever feel like there was a like you mentioned pressure? Did you ever feel like there was a lot of pressure playing with like the daughter of the owner and the head coach of a club?
No, not really. Like I think like I said before, like Alice and I just developed like a good relationship where like everything like outside doesn't really matter and we can just focus like on playing. And then like Coach Ben hasn't like he hasn't like done anything. He just like always encourage us like to play our best and like have fun.
Nice, that's good. And just like every gym, players come and go, right? And I've seen it happen many, many times. Do you ever feel like some of the players that left Synergy were because of, Allison, right? And your achievements and your goals because you're doing well in the badminton space, and do you ever feel that way?
yeah, like I know a lot of players like come and go from all clubs, so it's like kind of normal. But I think we only focus like on ourselves and we don't really get involved on like why players leave like any club at all. So I just hope that players come to Synergy and like just enjoy their training experience. Yeah.
Nice. The reason why I ask these questions because I know, and I hear things a lot, being the son of a gym owner and the head coach as well. You know, when I sucked, people will say, people will be like, oh man, the head coach's son sucked. Why would I go there? Right. And then when you're good, people are like, he's so good because the coach always favorites him and they give him more advice and then they leave. Right. So they always have some sort of like a say in something. Right. And whether you're good, you're bad, there's always something that comes up. And, you know, you just got to deal with that kind of stuff and kind of not really take it too personally because, you know, in the end, every parent just wants the best for the kid, you know, and it makes sense. How do you guys like, you know, talking about training, stay on that. How do you guys balance like training and school at the same time?
I guess just like, I think last year was definitely a challenge, like junior year, like especially with all the APs I was taking, like sometimes I had to like during finals week or like dead week, I had to take like a small break from training and like focus on like school. And then like in that time I would do like stuff on my own because like driving from my house to Synergy is like, it's like a long commute. It's like an hour probably if there's traffic. So I had to like figure out like I could do weights on my own or I could go running or like I could practice my serve like at my house and then I could focus on school and then sorry. And then like when I had like a more open schedule, like I tried to not fill up my school schedule like with a bunch of classes so that I could have some extra time so that I could go to training more often.
I see. How about you, Allison?
Yeah, it's pretty much the same for me. I think it's really good to communicate with like your teachers and like your counselor because I think if you don't communicate with them, it's just going to hurt you. And they did help me a lot, actually. Like sometimes they would give me like a different assignment or give me an extension. So I think it's really good just to communicate also.
Yeah, I totally agree with you guys. I think it's important to put in work at your house. Like when Derek and I were partnering and we had to get ready for World Juniors, right? He can't come from Monday to Friday. So what people don't know is Derek only trained Friday night once in a while, and then Saturday, Sunday, whole days, right? So and I think a lot of people are really like shocked by it because people put in like work every single day, Monday to Friday, and they still struggle, right? But the thing they don't know is, you know, Derek's in the gym Monday through Friday, you know, lifting and getting stronger and serving. Man, Derek's the best server I've ever seen. And, you know, he's hitting against the wall in his house and he's doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes that people don't see. And I think that's like a major thing if you're balancing school and badminton and, you know, maybe you live far like Frankie, right? Is that you got to put in work at home, lift some weights, right? Serve, practice these things, swings, right? These things are all very important. And what are you guys planning to do after you guys graduate?
We don't really have we haven't really got a solid plan, but we would definitely like to like continue to play into the circuit. But I think we still have to learn to balance even in college.
Mm-hmm. I see. What are you guys' dream school?
Mine would be like Stanford.
Okay.
But like that's definitely like a challenge. So Berkeley or Stanford is probably good because it's also close to home. I
see. How about you, Allison?
Yeah, it's like basically the same for me since we maybe stay like in the Bay.
Man, Berkeley is depressing. No offense to Berkeley State.
Yeah.
I'm from UCLA, so I can say that. No hard feelings. And but yeah, man, Berkeley is depressing. I mean, Stanford is cool, but once you apply to Stanford, you realize there's so much stuff you have to write. So many essays and just so much more extra work. But yeah, those nice. Yeah, I mean, it's good. And do you guys think you guys will maybe like pause college for like a year or two, maybe like take a break and then focus on badminton, or do you think you will do it at the same time?
I think we were talking about like either like a gap year or maybe just like a lighter course load, especially like during the Olympic race, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. What is like talking about like the Olympic race, right? What is your ultimate goal, like the goal that you have in mind at the end?
um to like medal at the Olympics, which is
I see.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's everybody's goal, right? I feel like a lot of people I ask has that same goal, and everybody's fighting for it. And we obviously can't wait to watch you guys in bigger tournaments and stuff like that. And the last question I have for you guys, talking about bigger tournaments, who do you think will win women's doubles for the World Championships this year? You guys can pick different people. You don't have to pick the same.
I think China, like Chen Qingchen and Jia Yifan, just because they're like so strong, like individually and together, and they've been doing like really well recently.
For me, I would either pick China or Japan. Like they're just so strong. Like Asia in general is just so strong. It's just so amazing to watch them.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think my pick would be the China group too, up top. And yeah, they definitely play really well together. Great. That's awesome. Now let's jump into the viewers' questions. We actually got a few ones, and there are some inside jokes in here that I want to know about too. So let's get into it. First question: how was your experience touring this summer?
It was definitely an experience. Like, we were away from home for like over 2 months, and like I was traveling with Allison's and like her mom, so I didn't have like my parents with me. So it's the first time that I've been away from home for that long. So I think like at some points I was definitely like homesick, and like all I could think about was coming home. But I think like it was really like a really good experience to be able to like get to play all these tournaments and like experience like this level, because I think like it really improved our game. And like it's just cool to like go back to school and say like, oh yeah, I've been to like 8 countries this summer.
Right, right. How about you, Allison?
Yeah, the same for me. But I think it was so cool because, you know, we always watch like these players on TV and like on YouTube. So like seeing them in like real life is like so cool, because I just watch them all the time, and now like seeing them, I also like get to learn their names, because I'm pretty bad with names, but I started like learning their names because I saw them every day, and then also making like these connections with them, like being friends.
Yeah, yeah. You know, it's funny you mentioned the names, because right now I'm doing the like the breakdown for some of the matches at World Championships, and man, some of the names are hard to pronounce, and I'm like trying to learn it, and it's like really tough. But I totally know what you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know, Frankie mentioned how you guys went to like 8 different countries. Which one was your favorite country to go to? Like just the people and the place itself, like the food.
My favorite would be like Malaysia, because like the food was good and it was like cheaper, and then like the atmosphere of the fans and like the tournament overall was like really good.
Hmm. What's your pick, Allison?
Yeah, I think Asia in general was just so great, but I would also have to say Malaysia, because we sort of like got our first fans there, and it was like pretty cool. It made me feel good. But sometimes I would get mistaken as like Baywen or Iris.
Wait,
Which I
really?
thought was funny because, you know, like I don't even look like them.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. You don't look like
Yeah.
them.
They're like, "Are you Baywen?" I was like, "No."
Man. Man, that's pretty cool. Did you guys sign autographs at Malaysia?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really
Yeah.
surprising. Like
Yeah.
my signature is so bad.
You
It's
gotta
like,
start working on it. Gotta start working
yeah.
on it. More autographs to come. Great. And next question. I think this one's a inside joke, because I got a lot of questions that asked about motivation. How do they deal with lack of motivation?
I don't think I think just after losing first round a bunch, it was a little discouraging, but we just we just want to keep going, because it's still like our first time doing this. So yeah.
I see. How about you, Frankie?
Yeah, like I also mentioned, like we kept like losing. So I was like really disappointed, especially like in Singapore. I think like that was probably like one of my worst performances like throughout the whole like tour. So I actually like after I went to the gym and I just like ran on the treadmill for like an hour.
Mhm.
And then like I did that also in like Malaysia. I think like whenever like I like get like demotivated, I guess. Like I try to do something like physical to like get my mind off of it, which is also like why like I asked to train like a bunch also, because like I think like I just didn't want to like I just wanted to get my mind off something, and like training and like putting in like a lot of hard work would just like distract myself.
I see. I can kind of I like we went to play World Juniors in 2018, and then Winston also came with us, right? You guys know Winston because he trained at Synergy. And he they apparently Winston and Ryan, because they partnered together, they wanted to like do really well, right? Especially Ryan, because he just wanted to make it far, I guess. But they lost, I think it was against Denmark, like first round. And I was there, so I can say this, but Ryan was, let's say, not particularly nice to Winston after that game. And and Winston, he's a really good kid too, so he blamed himself for the match. And we were all hanging together, and Winston was just on the treadmill running his ass off at night at like 12 in the morning. And then but we felt bad, so we all sat in the gym like watching him like on like yoga balls and stuff. And yeah, we just kind of stayed there with him until we finished. But like I completely understand, players go through this all the time, right? And it's important, and it's, to be honest, it's a good way to come back, like just like training and just getting your mind off of things, and it's a good way to kind of adjust and come back from it. Everybody has some sort of low point that they go through, and you just got to bounce back, come back harder, right? So that's good. Next question: how do you deal with the pressure of academics/social life?
I think last year I really struggled with this a lot. Or not like really struggled, but like it was definitely a challenge for me. Like I put a lot of pressure on myself, like academically. And then like I was just like, I think at one point I just like really upset with myself. And then like I think I just had like a good support system. Like I realized like who was like really there for me. And then like that was really helpful. Like I had like all my teammates, and then like especially Allison, like she would like motivate me in training, and then like my parents and like my friends, of course. And it just like helped me like really like set my priorities straight and like focus on myself a lot.
I see. How about you, Allison?
For me, my parents aren't really like the traditional tiger parents, but they still want me they still push me and like want me to do my best. So I think that helped me a lot. And also just like communicating with my friends about each class, because like we share the same classes. But I think overall it was really tough, but we still got through it. And like I talked to Frankie a lot about it too. And especially like the older Team Samurai, like they went through it too, so we talked to them as well.
Yeah, I think it's really important, like Frankie said, to have a support system, like a really good support system. Know the people that really care about you, because in this world, you have a lot of acquaintances, right? But not everybody's like your friend, and like be there at your lowest point. And that's when you really actually know who your real friends are and your real like people around you are. And yeah, I think it's really important to have a support system for anybody, whether you play badminton or not, because everybody goes through low points in life and needs help, or they have tight schedules, right? That they just need somebody behind them to say you can do it, right? And we can get through it together. So I think it is very important. Next question: who's the best Wasian? Wait, is Allison Wasian? Because I'm not sure.
Not really, because she's only 25% white, but we consider her Asian.
Wait, Coach Ben is white, right?
And
Yeah, he's mixed.
And then your mom is Viet?
Yeah.
I see. Wait, so why 25%? That's weird. All right.
My dad is half, so like I get half.
Oh, I see. But Frankie is obviously 100% Wasian. And so who's the best Wasian? I'm guessing you guys can guess who asked this question too. So
Jackie Dent.
Yeah.
Jackie.
By the way, Jackie says that she loves you guys. I forgot to put that in there.
We love her too.
Love you, Jackie.
All right. So who's the best Wasian? Let's get to it.
Jackie Dent.
Jackie.
Okay.
Jackie Dent and Francesca Corbett.
Okay. Nice. Great. Next question. How was it like to make the move to go pro? I guess
I
like
think-
because you guys said you guys didn't really go pro because like go like 100%. So I guess it would be like, when did you guys decide to like play international adult tournaments and stuff like that?
I think it was where we like talked about it like before the pandemic. I think like after we won adult nationals, we realized like, oh, like we can start playing like adult tournaments. And then so we planned on playing, but then like, you know, like the pandemic happened, so we couldn't really do much. And then like tournaments stopped for a long time. And then I think like eventually after like junior Pan Ams last year, like or like not like or like before that, we had already decided to like play, like we played our first like adult Pan Am championships. But then like after the summer we started playing like international challenges. And then like it was like kind of like we could like find like a good tournament that worked with our schedule, because like on the circuit there's like so many tournaments like all the time, so we could kind of like find one that worked with like our school schedule and like all of Samurai's schedule, and then we could go like as a team.
Nice. I mean, yeah, I think the adult national really boosted your confidence in both of you guys, right? And it definitely played a factor, I believe, to you guys playing pro. And the next question kind of has somewhat to do with that as well. How do they manage school and overseas tournaments at the same time?
I think we kind of said this before, but
Yeah.
it's just like a lot of communication, and then maybe taking like a couple days off from practice just to focus on school.
Yeah, because I think overseas you guys actually have to leave for like a long period of time compared to like maybe like a region tournament where you guys can just fly over or whatever for a few days.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I had to like have a lot of talks with my like teachers, and then like when I come back, like they're usually like, all my teachers are like really flexible and supportive, so if I miss something they'll usually just let me like make it up when I get back.
Nice. I mean, but if you're from Irvington or Mission, I doubt they're gonna be flexible. I'm just gonna put that out there. But I'm just saying, Irvington maybe, but Mission, I don't think they're very flexible on that part. But anyway, depending on your school, I guess. Next question: best experience they had or greatest lessons learned at World Championships?
I think for me, it was like watching every national team like train together, because they don't really train with their partners actually. Like when they practice, they like switch around a lot. But whereas like in the US, you just kind of like stay with your partner every time.
I see. How about you, Frankie?
Yeah, like the way like other countries like interact and like prepare is like really different than like the US. So I think like seeing that like we know like what we have to change and like what we have to work on to like get to that level, because like we've been so used to sorry like how it works in the US that like we're like maybe so we were able to like learn like how the top countries are like able to be at the top.
I see. Yeah, I think that's the most important thing too, you know, like seeing these players do their thing, right? Next question. Are they really cool? Yes, they are. They go around the world. There you go. I answered that for you guys. Nice. Okay, next question. Moving on. Which country has the best looking guys? Need opinions from both Allison and Frankie.
I think like in the badminton world there's not much like good looking guys to
Frankie
begin
already
with.
avoiding the question. You guys probably met like hundreds of guys from the different countries, so
I'd say like maybe overall maybe like Korea, but there's like a few good looking guys from like other countries.
I see. How about you, Allison?
I think it's pretty scattered, so maybe just all the countries, but Korea, I think Koreans in general just have like really nice skin. So
Man, K-pop ruining the next generation is what's happening right now.
No.
The Korean population gonna explode with the K-pop people going off. I swear, every girl I talk to is just like K-pop, K-pop.
Yeah.
I mean, do you guys listen to K-pop a lot? Or like
No.
watch K-drama and stuff?
No.
Wow. Okay. See, even if you don't get exposed to that stuff, you still have to pick Korea. All right. Very nice. Next question. What do you guys do to de-stress?
I would just say I like taking naps a lot, like maybe like an hour long nap, or like listen to music and like watch a TV show or two.
How about you, Frankie?
If I'm at home, like I'll clean my room, but then like if it's like at a tournament, I'll probably like take a nap or like listen to music.
Dang, Frankie cleans her room to de-stress. It's like the most amazing. Man, that's crazy. I don't know about.
Allison says I have like OCD.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. She runs when she's down, and then when she's stressed, she cleans the room. Like, what could be better than that, right? But man, I don't know about you guys, but like sometimes I avoid watching TV shows because like I feel like I might not be able to stop like binge watching the shows. But I mean, sometimes you just give into it. All right, next question. Who's your favorite badminton player?
That's
I
really
think
hard
mine
question.
would be like Chiharu Shida. Like she's so like good. And then like she's always has like a very like positive attitude. Like on court, she's like always smiling, which I think is like really important. And then like actually when we were in Japan, like she was like training on the court right in front of us and she like talked to us a little bit. So it was like really cool moment.
I see. How about you, Allison?
I think, that's so hard because I think everyone is pretty cool, but I think maybe like Asian country players, just because they're so like easy to talk to and like so kind.
I see. No, like specific player, like somebody that you really like to watch, or
Maybe like Hong Dong-ping or like Cho Tian-chen. I like them too a lot.
I see.
Allison is actually best friends with Cho Tian-chen's physio.
Really? Did you text?
Yeah.
Did you DM or text him after the match?
No.
Oh, like she's her like his coach, but more like a physio. Like she sits in the chair, but I think she's just there for support. But like I took a picture with her and then she remembered my name, and so like every tournament she says, "Oh, hi Allison," and I'm like, "Oh my gosh."
Oh, so you're friends with his like physical like physio trainer or whatever.
Yeah, like coach. Like she sits in the chair, but she doesn't really coach.
Oh, I see. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Now like Cho Tian-chen also like recognizes us. I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like sometimes.
Nice. I mean, that's really cool. That's really dope, especially after the game he had today. That's really cool to learn about. Great. Next question. Do you guys like pickles?
No.
Is this like an inside joke or something?
I have no idea.
Does somebody know that you guys don't like pickles or what?
I don't know. I think sometimes I like pickles and sometimes I just don't feel like it.
Okay. How about you, Frankie?
I just don't like them.
Frankie just don't like them. Okay. Nice. Next question. If you dye your hair, what color would it be?
You go first.
Probably like what I have now, like just like highlights, gold highlights.
Okay. How about you, Allison?
Yeah, like simple, like just something simple. But I think other people look good with like colored hair. But like for me, I don't think I look good.
I mean,
green.
I guess. Green. All right. Nice. Next question. What's your favorite badminton move? I don't think this I guess they mean like what's your like favorite shot to hit, I guess, that you like to hit.
Counter defensive shot.
How about you, Frankie?
Probably clear.
Oh my! You couldn't have picked a worse shot to say. Like, what could be worse than clearing? Like, what shot could be more boring than clearing?
No, that's why it's good. It's like a good reset shot.
Okay.
Or net rollover.
Yeah.
Satisfying net rollover.
Okay. All right, nice. Next question. What's your favorite jersey that you wore for a tournament?
What? Who asked this question? Frankie, I don't know. What do you think?
I don't really have one, but I don't know.
You don't have a favorite jersey? Like one that you really like to wear? Like maybe for finals or semis, you would just like to wear it more.
I think maybe like newer model shirts. Like they look a lot nicer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like, or like Coach Anko mentioned this once, but she said that like white makes people like look taller and stronger. So like maybe like white shirts.
Really? Does that actually
Yeah,
work?
like
I don't know.
like one time Josh and Vincent were like wearing white shirts and she's like, wow, you guys look so tall today.
Really? It actually works. Wow. That's cool. Great. I mean, do you guys have like lucky like items that you guys have, or like a routine that you guys do before games?
I
Like,
always
really,
wear
I just
like
have
this.
keychains.
I always wear like a red bracelet.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that only for
Or
the
like
games? Or you
no,
like
I wear it all the time, but like it's like I have to wear it, like, or else I don't go out. If I'm not wearing it, then I won't go out.
really?
Yeah.
Have you ever played a tournament or played a game without the red bracelet, like you forgot it?
Well, I used to play with like a different bracelet, but I think like now or like recently I've just like only been like before I used to play with like a blue one, but it's kind of like very like not important actually.
I see. How about you, Allison? Well, you said something before, I didn't hear it.
Oh, I just usually bring like keychains, but I also like carry this little like Tweety bird plush. That, like my uncle gave it to me like a long time ago, so I just keep it in my bag all the time.
Nice. Next question. Is water wet? Is cereal soup? This is actually very interesting. You know, when I was typing this out, I was thinking, is water wet? Technically, it is, I think.
I feel like water can like make things wet, maybe. I have no idea.
How can water not be wet? I don't get it. How can water not be wet? It is wet. You touch it, it's wet, right?
If you touch it, I think you're wet, maybe.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea.
What do you think, Frankie? Is it wet?
I don't know. Like I don't like these kinds of questions.
Okay, is cereal soup? Okay, I think the cereal one is easier.
Yeah, I think it can be soup.
I mean, if it's not soup, what is it? Like cereal, I guess, but
Yeah. No, the milk is the soup.
right, and the cereal is like the stuff in the soup.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No, it's not.
I mean, it's between two buns.
But the bread is connected, so it doesn't really count.
So what is it? It's just a hot dog?
I feel like a hot dog should just be a hot dog.
Okay, I guess so, because like sandwiches, you can have different variations, I guess. But with a hot dog, it's just a hot dog in a bun. So
exactly.
all right, we're being convinced by Frankie. Nice. All right. Last question. Do you guys ever get mad at each other?
I think like it might be just like a small thing, and then like we're over it like in like 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We never like really like get mad and like have fights. I think like we have like a sisterly relationship where like we get like annoyed with each other sometimes, but like our friendship has like never ended or like had like a really like bad patch. Like sometimes I'll get mad at Allison like if she doesn't know like how to fill out her visa application and I have to help her, but
I see. I mean, I think these things just makes partners get closer together, strengthen the bond, stuff like that, right? But yeah, that's awesome. And that is the last question, guys. Thank you, Allison and Frankie, for coming on to the podcast today. They literally came off the plane like yesterday. So I really appreciate it. And I can't wait to watch you guys play more tournaments, in the future. And good luck to you guys. And thank you to everybody who's watching. All right. Make sure you click the like button and the subscribe button if you guys enjoyed the video. Right. And we'll see you guys in the next one. See you guys.